Hi, my name is Brissa Willis, and in this video, we will discover different features to incorporate when designing and facilitating learning that is learner-centered. Before we can discuss what learner-centered means, we first need to talk about what constructivism is, because that's what learner-centered is based on. The constructivist learning theory, which was proposed by Dewey, Piaget, Vygotsky, and Bruner, emphasizes the role that learners have in their understanding. Now that we know what constructivism is, we can now talk about what learner-centered means. In a learner-centered environment, the role of the learner is to find opportunities to build experiences to learn, and the role of the instructor is to facilitate. We talked about the constructivism theory, which is the foundational learning theory for learner-centered approaches. We then examined the roles of both the learner and the instructor within a learner-centered environment. Now, let's explore 5 different characteristics to consider incorporating when designing and facilitating online learner-centered experiences. One characteristic to consider when designing and facilitating an online learner-centered experience is to provide interactive opportunities. By providing interactive opportunities, it allows learners to collaborate with others. Collaboration allows us to take what we already know due to prior experience and expand our knowledge through our peers. Whether we are designing or facilitating, we want to make sure we are including opportunities for learners to collaborate, whether it's through online discussion posts or breaking learners into small groups through a video conferencing tool and allowing them to discuss what is being taught. Utilizing Web 2.0 technologies can support promoting a learner-centered environment as well. Designers can develop lessons that use different types of multimedia, such as videos, podcasts, and others, while facilitators can allow learners to demonstrate their learning using different types of multimedia. For example, a learner could show their understanding of a topic by developing a YouTube video, while another student may show their understanding by creating a podcast. The next feature that we will discuss is leveraging adaptive learning. In the realm of online learning, developers can create adaptive learning experiences by incorporating tools like artificial intelligence and assessments which can tailor the learning path to each learner. If you are facilitating a class, something that can be done to help foster adaptive learning is actively listening to what your students are expressing and utilizing data collected from assessments to drive decisions on what to teach. The fourth characteristic that should be considered when developing an online learning experience that supports the learner-centered theory is to incorporate assessments. These assessments are not used to be taken as a grade, but instead used to allow instructors to monitor learners' progress and allow learners to reflect on their experiences. When designing content, a survey could be provided to learners that would allow them to express what they did and did not like about the content. Also, knowledge checks could be incorporated to allow instructors to monitor what concepts learners are grasping and need more support on. On the other hand, when facilitating a class, the facilitator could allow learners to reflect on their experience either in a group discussion or by providing a link. Additionally, to check for knowledge, facilitators could use platforms such as Kahoot to identify what gaps there might be. The final feature we will explore is active learning. Active learning is a learning approach that emphasizes student participation. The reason we are only seeing one column versus the 2 as seen in previous slides is because whether you are designing or facilitating, it's important to provide opportunities for learners to engage with the information. There are many different ways to include active learning, but some examples are brainstorming and problem-based learning. Brainstorming is an activity where learners think of alternative possibilities for different scenarios, while problem-based learning has learners apply what they are currently learning to real-life situations. It's important to note that the features decided to include to create a learner-centered environment varies, and there are many different features that can be used. The information below showcases the websites that I personally use when conducting research to help me better understand how to create an online learner-centered environment, and I would encourage anyone interested in learning more to check these websites out. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video, and I hope you learned something new to help create an online learner-centered environment.